Jardin d'Acclimatation is a beautiful park in central Paris. This park opened over 160 years ago, and it has a dark past. It originally opened as a zoo, where a majority of the park's animals were one day massacred and cooked. Then it turned into a human zoo. Fortunately, the property is now better than ever. It now has different owners and recently underwent a massive €60 million rebrand. This included new rides and steampunk theming. In this review, I will explain everything you need to know about this park, including its checkered history and whether it's worth visiting. This park was founded back in 1860 by Napoleon III as a zoo called Jardin Zoologique d'Acclimatation. During the Siege of Paris in 1870, locals were forced to eat domesticated animals like cats and dogs due to food shortages. The upper class refused to eat these animals, so famous chef Alexandre Etienne Chiron proposed slaughtering the animals from the Jardin d'Acclimatation and cooking them. This unfortunately happened, leading to the zoo losing most of its animals. The property rebranded itself in 1877 as L'Acclimatation Anthropologique, wanting to focus on customs and lifestyles of indigenous peoples from around the world. In concept, this would be fine, but this was done by creating a human zoo where different tribes were the exhibits. This was wildly successful for the park, doubling their attendance, but it wasn't the most ethical. This human zoo occurred for over 5 decades. This fortunately stopped in 1931. At that point, the property was once again renamed Jardin d'Acclimatation. From this point forwards, the park focused on 3 things: gardens, a traditional animal zoo, and amusement attractions. The park now has entirely different owners who have smartly separated themselves from this park's controversial past. LVMH started managing the park in 1984. Then this company partnered with Compagnie des Alpes in 2016. The latter operates several major theme parks throughout Europe, including the nearby Parc Astérix and the assortment of Walibi parks. Then in September 2017, the park closed early for the season. Over the next 6 months, the owners invested €60 million into the park. This included 17 new rides and a steampunk theme. This theme was given to the new attractions, as well as pre-existing ones. The park is not super immersive, but several rides do have bronze colors to tie in. Jardin d'Acclimatation is located in the Bois de Boulogne park. The theme park is 47 acres in size. Bois de Boulogne is a whopping 2,088 acres in size. That is 2.5 times the size of New York City's Central Park. Along with the theme park, this site includes multiple gardens, the Château du Bagatelle, the site of the French Open tennis tournament, and the Louis Vuitton Foundation Art Museum, among other things. The only attraction visible from the outside of the park is the train, and that's simply because it leaves the property. None of the attractions here are particularly tall, and I suspect that was deliberate so they do not disrupt the views. The park is easily accessible via public transit if you're within Paris. Les Sablons is a bus station just outside the park entrance. Then Les Sablons metro station is just a 5-minute walk from the main entrance. If you have a car, there is parking in the Bois de Boulogne. Rates vary by day, but parking is free if you visit on a Sunday or public holiday. Because I arrived with public transit, I am not sure on the exact rates or if the lot commonly fills up. I simply want to avoid driving the busy streets of Paris. There are 2 admission options. First is an entry pass. This costs €7. This grants you access to the grounds, but not the rides. You do have the option to buy individual tickets once inside. Single tickets cost €4.50, but there are deals if you buy more. Most rides cost just 1 ticket, but the park's largest coaster in Speed Rockets takes 2. The second option is a wristband. This comes with both admission and unlimited rides. This costs €27 to €49, depending on the day. Prices are higher if you visit during peak travel season, if you buy your ticket in person, and if you buy your ticket within 7 days of your visit. The higher rates are pricey given what this park offers, so try to get the cheaper rates if possible. If you are a coaster enthusiast looking to ride all 4 of the park's roller coasters once, you will need 5 tickets. When you add in admission, this will cost you €29.50. Therefore, I would recommend the wristband for most people, unless you only want to ride less than 2 to 3 attractions. The park is usually open daily year-round from 10 a.m. until 6 or 7 p.m. One weird quirk is that if you visit this park outside of school vacation weeks, all the rides will close for 1 hour between noon and 3 p.m., so staff members can take lunch. The exact hours the rides will close will not be posted in advance, unfortunately. Another thing to contest with is that rides will understandably have to close for their annual maintenance throughout the year. This is more common during the quiet periods. The park is good about posting the current ride closures on the website, but they will not post the upcoming ones. One convenient feature is that the park posts detailed operating instructions on the webpage for each attraction. This states the minimum operating temperatures and any weather conditions that will cause it to close, such as thunderstorms, snow, or wind. I wish more parks were transparent like this because it really helps guests plan what day to visit. I have never heard about this park getting particularly busy. Even when I visited on a summer weekend, most rides were walk-ons. Then I just had to wait a few cars for both Speed Rockets and Série Mécanique. Staff members move quickly to load riders. And if you're visiting abroad like me, it is worth noting that many staff members do speak English. If you do encounter heavy crowds, it is worth noting this park does not offer a skip-the-line pass like the other Compagnie des Alpes properties. The most striking thing about this park is its beauty. It feels more like a large public park that happens to have rides, rather than a pure theme park. It is such a relaxing atmosphere. You have these large green spaces, plenty of trees, and as the name suggests, gardens galore. The park has a few different areas, not necessarily themed, but each has its distinct feel. From the main entrance, you have a walkway with signs showcasing rides and attractions of the past. If you continue counterclockwise, you have the main ride area. This is where a majority of the park's adult rides are located. This section has a steampunk theme. Then in the background, you have this classic tower, which I believe is taller than any single ride at this park. If you continue the loop, you walk past an aviary with some colorful birds. There also happen to be peacocks roaming the midways around here. And then you reach a section with most of the park's kiddie rides. There also is a bit of an explorer vibe here between a cave and some climbs. This then transitions into a zoo area with some farm animals. It is a much more modest collection than what the park once had, but it's still quite popular with kids. You have animals such as alpacas, ponies, and goats. Then if you complete the loop, you walk past some water and through some green areas. Now let's delve deeper into the ride lineup. This park caters more to kids and families. This park does not have much in terms of thrill rides. If you want those, travel north to Parc Astérix. The park currently has 4 different roller coasters. The largest of the bunch is Speed Rockets. This is a Gerstlauer bobsled. It is one of the smaller ones, and it has a twisty layout. This one does not have any hairpin turns, but there are a few light spots of airtime and some mildly forceful turns. It is gentle, but is a smooth crowd pleaser. Located next door is Série Mécanique. This is a rare Reverchon Jr. spinning wild mouse. It does not spin as fast as the larger versions, but you do get a consistent spin. And there's a dip and hairpin turn with some power. Just brace yourself for the final brakes in this one. They are very sharp. Machine of Vapeur is the park's most surprising coaster. This is a socket-powered coaster. It has the size and speed of a kiddie coaster, and most of it rides like one. But there is a shockingly strong ejector pop at the very end. There's this little hump as you exit the tunnel, and it'll launch you skywards. It comes out of nowhere. The final coaster is La Fille's Du Dragon. This is a kiddie coaster with a layout similar to a Wacky Worm, so it's a fine option for kids. But it looks very temporary, and that is because it will be removed once the park's new coaster is ready. From 1987 to 2023, this park was home to a socket kiddie coaster named Dragon. It was standing but not operating during my visit last year. The new Dragon coaster will be a Gerstlauer family coaster. The ride is expected to have a backwards section, and if it has a dynamic layout like the other Gerstlauer family coasters, this will likely become the park's best coaster. The ride was originally supposed to open in 2024, but it may have been delayed until 2025. Moving on to the flat rides, there are only a few here meant for adults. Most of them are mild, but there is one notable one in Astrolabe. This is an SPF Visa Techno Jump. The ride is a super long cycle, as riders are repeatedly bounced up and down each direction. Some bounces offer floater airtime, others are taken faster and offer good sustained laterals. This is easily the wildest ride at the park, and it was my personal favorite attraction there. Kids will find a handful of smaller rides designed specifically for them in the aforementioned area. There also are several playgrounds scattered about the park. This is a great way for kids to burn off energy throughout the day. Moving on to the water rides, there is not much here that'll get you wet, which makes sense given the Paris climate. There is a small flume for kids. Then there are two scenic slow-moving boat rides. Knots du Lac go out on a pond. Then Rivière Enchantée feels like a flume ride without the drops, as you pass all sorts of trees and bushes. Speaking of scenic, you also have the Petite Train. This is a long course and it goes way outside the park's boundaries. In fact, there's a second station outside the park. It feels like an adventure as you ride through the woods. Then this park has some dark rides of sorts. Kinatorium is a screen-based shooter where you're on a motion platform. It is similar to the Triotech creations found throughout the United States. This one has a unique story as you battle villainous plants. The guns are responsive, and the arena is small enough that it's easy to identify where you're firing. Then there's also this low-budget simulator where you don a set of VR goggles. Do not expect anything cutting edge. Beyond the rides, this park does not have any shows. Then there are a few carnival games, and some eateries. I cannot comment on the latter though because I chose to eat outside the park. That ties into the time we needed at the park. You can easily get all the coaster credits in less than an hour. If you want to make a full loop of the park and ride a handful of things, you can comfortably do everything in a few hours. I think this is at most a half-day park for most people. So do I recommend this park? If you're in Paris, yes I do. It is convenient to access, and it's a pretty park that's pleasant just to walk around. Then there are some enjoyable rides as well. There are a few unique roller coasters, and some scenic attractions. This park just does not have much in terms of thrill rides, and wristbands can be pricey relative to the ride lineup if you buy them at the last minute. So those are my thoughts on Jardin d'Acclimatation, the theme park in central Paris. What are your thoughts on this park? Have you been there? Let me know down in the comments. Sorry if anything was mispronounced, as I do not speak French. Likewise, sorry if my voice sounds a bit off because I am still getting over an illness. If you enjoyed this review, I would appreciate it if you gave this video a like, and you consider subscribing, because there will be a lot more roller coaster and amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.